So, in the previous video, we have ended up with a question that how can a car be a robot? Just keep in mind that we said that car could not have been considered as a robot in the past, but today's cars could be a robot. And more importantly, I am not talking about every car that is available today. Maybe a car that you have at the home may be a robot or may not be a robot. So I will explain it to you in a detail. So here, what type of cars here I am talking about that could be a robot? I am talking here about the smart car. You might have heard about Tesla Motors, which make these cars, and they are very intelligent cars. So now when I am saying then that they are intelligent, now what exactly has been changed in these cars and the cars which we used in the past? Well, it is the ability to drive on its own. Earlier cars are, to be precise, most of the cars in fact that we see today were capable of navigating through and manipulating the environment, but it still required a human sitting behind the wheel and taking the decisions for them. But some of these modern self-driving cars are capable of automatically guiding themselves into a parking lot or deciding how fast or slow they should go or making decisions to avoid accidents. So the difference between the earlier cars and the modern self-driving cars is the computing power, which allow them to automatically guide themselves and algorithms that help them to make these complex decisions. The act of putting more computing power into devices to make them smarter has become a trend in recent times, and that is where we are talking about the difference at the earlier cars which were driven by humans. They were just cars, while these self-driving cars, they could be called as a robot. And the most important characteristics why we are calling the self-driving cars as robots and human-driven cars as just the cars. The biggest factor here is decision making, and the self-driving cars has this most important characteristic of robot is decision making. They can make the decisions on their own, and the regular car you still need a human, that may be your father or a mother or someone sitting in the car that you have at your home, and they drive them. They are the one who is making decisions. But if you have a self-driving car or the self-driving cars you see around, these cars make their decision on their own. They can decide on their own, and that is why they are categorized as the robot. So once again, the most important factor here is decision making. When the machines have the capability of making decisions automatically on their own, then we start classifying them as a robot. And it's a very important characteristics of a robot, and the robots that you are going to be building as part of this are also going to have these characteristics. They are able to make their decisions on their own. So now in the next video, so this is all about the decision making. In the next video, you will learn about different tasks or functions that robot can perform or different types of robots. Let me summarize it into as what can robots do. So let's move to the next video.